Hi, John from Roundabout Woodworks, and what you're looking at is my sharpening station. I don't know if you can tell, this is a very old grinder. You know how you can tell? Made in Taiwan. When was the last time you saw anything made in Taiwan? Anyway, this is an 8-inch grinder. Obviously, you probably just read that. And it sits on a stand. Here, we'll show you my tool storage. Goes all the way. You probably can't tell. That's just a bucket. I tend to use the same tools over and over again, and I don't need a fancy rack because I don't want them in my way. So generally I use 1 or 2 tools at a time, and when they're in use they're on the lathe. When they're not in use they're in that bin. I use Oneway grinding jig. I guess you call it a jig fixture. As you buy it from Oneway, which this is not sponsored. I use this because it's very easy to get a repeatable grind, and it was, I won't say inexpensive, but it was cheaper than the alternative, and the alternative was me grinding away my tools trying to get a good sharp edge. So as you get it, or at least the way that you used to get it, it came with a sliding platform here. It goes in and out. That's for gouges and skews. Skews the hard way, I should say. You also get a platform which is good for scrapers or skews. I use that exclusively for skews. All my skews are ground the same way. I've got a 30-second video that you can watch if you're curious. It's zips off and it's done. The gouges is a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I sharpen a bowl gouge and maybe a scraper. You'll love my setup for scrapers. I take the I don't know what you call it. That's not good, is it? It's for sharpening gouges, spindle gouges, bowl gouges with a fingernail or Ellsworth style grind. Take this and you put your bowl gouge or your spindle gouge in it. And this one's very old. The new ones, as I understand it, don't look like this. I don't think they have a spring. I think they have a big wide pad that holds your gouge. And I saw both of them are for sale, and I really don't have a preference. This one works for me, and I'm not going to get the other one. But if you got the other one, use it. Doesn't matter. And if you notice all the scratches on my platform here, the instructions say to insert the gouge until 2 inches shows from the front. By that, you keep doing that until you get 2 inches out. Now, I thought, well, this would be great. This would be great. I've seen people that drill holes in their bench that's 2 inches deep, and there's gauges and tools that you can buy bent metal that to give you 2 inches. But I just use the platform. That's what the scratches are for. And that's my measurement. I don't know what it is. That's 1 5/8 inches. That's close enough. I've been doing it like this for 15 years or better. So then you have to, after you've got this secured, that goes in the pocket right there, and you can't see the stone. I'm going to reset the camera so you can see that. Alright, now what I need to do is move the arm in and out until I have the right distance. And one thing you'll notice is when you tighten the lever, it moves the bar a little bit. Not a lot, but enough. Don't get your angle set on the nose. On the nose of the gouge. You don't want to do that. The bevel, it comes out weird. What you want to do is do it on the side. See that you can see the gap now. It doesn't look like there's a gap here, but there's a gap. So you move that in just out just a little bit. This is the fiddliest part right here. Normally my head is where that camera is, so I can see. Alright. So I think that's pretty close. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take put that back like that. Like that. Now, in all honesty, I don't do that every time. I don't care that much. Close enough is good enough for me. But what you can do is spin like that. Well, we need to spin that a little bit more. And I'm hitting, you can see, I'm only hitting. Come on, focus. Focus. Alright, you can see I'm only rubbing ink off at the top. It's not what you want. It's better if you set it so that it's rubbing ink off the end and it's easier to come up. So what I want to do, add in just a tiny bit. Too much. See? We're getting closer. A little better. That's pretty good. Yes. All right. You can see a little wave there in the bevel, but that's going to go away. All right, so now you've got it set. Now just comes the sharpening. And you don't need to grind away your tool. You only need to take off a few thousandths. You can spend an hour doing this and you'll wind up with a shorter tool that's no sharper than it was before. So that's what I'm going to do now. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, you can probably see that. Now don't do the nose. Now I do the nose. Now look at it. Look at it again. A little more off the nose. about as good as I can get it. Anyway. Okay. You might be tempted to put a mark on your platform, on your what do you call it, the slider thing, so that you can do this repeatedly, but that doesn't work because it doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. It should, but because you have the same distance here every time, and the jig doesn't change shape, but I've made marks and the marks change, and I don't know if it's because I'm just not able to faithfully get it exactly the same every time or what. But anyway, now we have one sharpened bowl gouge. So I'm going to do a spindle gouge. Okay, this is a 1/2 inch spindle gouge. And I do it exactly the same way. It sticks out of the tool, out of the fixture, the same distance. I changed the distance from the rest to the wheel because I like it that way. I don't know why. I want the tools to be the same every time. I want the edge to be exactly the same this time as it was last time, this time before, the time before that. And that's how I do it. I also start with a wing. Check my edge. And we're done. Finished. Once you have sparks coming over the top edge, can't see what I'm doing. Once you have sparks coming over the top edge, it's sharp. It's not going to get any sharper. It's only going to get shorter. So if you have your bevel right, the angle of your thing, and honestly I don't know what the angle is. I don't care what the angle is. Like I said, I just want the tool to be the same every time. And I do them all this way. Even I have a 3/8 spindle gouge somewhere in the bin, but I never use it. I use a 1/2 inch. I use a 1/4 inch, which is I'm gonna leave that one alone. It's sharp enough. Let me set up for scrapers. Alright, this is an adjustable, fully adjustable tool rest. I don't know where I got it. I don't know who made it. It's not for this, it's for something else. Planer blades or something. I don't know why you'd grind a hand plane blade, but anyway, I think this is what this is for. And the way I mount it is in the pocket. I just added a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. I'm going to put a clamp on it. And now I have a base to do my scrapers. And it's not what we would call rock solid, but it's solid enough. Use a very light touch. I don't need it to be, I'm not driving nails. And of course the camera's in the way, so I'm going to move it. And there's just the slightest burr on the ground edge. You see the bevel. That's all. It's a simple grind. And this one could be sharpened too.